Well, then, the South African Red Cross Society is calling for help to avert a humanitarian disaster in KwaZulu-Natal following those floods this week. Let's get more on this. We're joined by Siyabonga Hlatshwayo from the South African Red Cross Society. He's the KZN provincial manager. Siyabonga, grateful for your time on Daytime Update. Speak to us about the areas that you've been able to access and what's going on there now.
Good afternoon to you and the viewers at home. The situation is quite disturbing, as I think we have been seeing in the social media as well as the news coverage. It's quite disturbing, and our teams have since been deployed on the ground conducting assessments. And yes, we've had some challenges into accessing certain communities due to blockages on the road. Some roads are inaccessible. But it is a fact and an upsetting fact that we have lost many people in the province. Many people have lost their shelters. Many people have lost their homes. We have witnessed, as we've been on the ground conducting assessments. As reported, that as it is, we are looking at about 935 households that were partially damaged and about 495 households that were totally damaged. Mm-hmm. That means we are looking at families that have lost their homes as it is right now, and looking at 45 people that have been confirmed that they have died during this disturbing time.
And you've been able to reach at least over 1,000 from what I've been able to count. For example, you've managed to reach 500 people in Quarry Heights, 721 people in Umlazi, 320 at the Chesterville Hall. What assistance are you able to provide at this time?
Okay, through the disaster management structures that we are working with, as we work very closely with government disaster management structures, many people have been gathered that are displaced, are being kept in the community halls. So we have been providing them with the current essentials that they need at the moment. You're looking at the food, hot meals, blankets, mattresses, for them to be able to sleep and be warm right now and have something on their stomach. Mm. So that is the kind of relief that we have been providing in these community halls. And yes, we get allocated through the disaster management structures, as we are avoiding duplication of services where we as the society or the organization, we just go on our own to the communities. But we work together, we work jointly, we share the reports. As our teams are on the ground, we also gather the information, we share the information. Then that is when we get to deploy who gets to deliver what services to which communities, as there are quite many communities that have been affected. So through that sharing of responsibilities, then these are the areas that we have been allocated to serve for now. And other structures and other NGOs are also attending to those. So currently, those are the ones that we are attending to, and we have provided hot meals, and we are continuing up until we will learn, or maybe there will be a situation where maybe they are being moved back to their homes, or the situation gets back to normal.
And in terms of supply, how much do you have? How much do you need? I know you've put out a plea for donations.
Yes, we have 7 branches all over KZN in 7 district municipalities. As I think you'd be aware that all 10 district municipalities, including the metro in KwaZulu-Natal, have been affected. So we, as part of our contingency plan, each and every branch has a responsibility to ensure that they have sufficient food or sufficient relief items that they can be able to distribute at that particular time. So as it is, from when it started, from when these rains and the displacement of people started, we have started distributing what we had. It's a minimum of maybe what we can use to respond to a minimum of at least 100 people at the time when it's an emergency. So looking at the figures and looking at the numbers currently, the need is getting greater and greater. And considering the fact that the figures and reports that we have received are reports that have been able to be gathered, even though there are areas that have been inaccessible and assessments have not been conducted in those areas. So that tells you of how much of assistance is needed. Because already if all of our branch is keeping like a minimum relief items of 100, then already looking at the figures, those relief items are already out. And you're looking at about 31,000 people that have been affected as it is. So it tells you of how much of a relief is being needed at the moment. But we would pass great gratitude to the likes of Pick and Pay, Santam, that have came forward and provided relief items that we have taken to the communities already, that we have prepared for the people that are in the communities already.
So for those of us then, for those of us, Siyabonga, who may want to help, I mean, we're watching on from Johannesburg, and a lot of people have been asking, how do they make a difference? Are they able to have things sent to you?
Yes, things can be sent to us, and storage. There's a company, Storage. They have even donated space for us to store more relief. But also the Red Cross Society being the national society. So we have offices all over the country. We can share information of offices that are in the different provinces, and the relief item can go through the offices or can be sent straight to our offices here in KZN.